Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The previous night in Pakistani politics was full of thrill, suspense, and change. We see for the first time in the history of Pakistan the success of any no confidence movement against a prime minister. Our prime minister had to leave his office, had to leave the prime minister house after the passing of successful no confidence movement at 12:15 a.m. The situation and the circumstances forced the National Assembly to continue the session and complete its proceedings on the no confidence movement because we know the order was given by the Honorable Supreme Court of Pakistan. It was full of thrill and suspense, and everyone is talking about this issue today. This is Sunday basically, and everyone is just taking it as a hot issue. Obviously, it should be because we are talking about the top political leadership, change in leadership, change in the prime minister, and all that. Therefore, every person of a country keeps a strong concern on these sort of changes that happen. So, my take on it is totally different. I believe that this country is run by four elites, and they are controlling the whole of this country. They are controlling the financial matters, they are controlling the administrative matters, and these four elites are basically the center and the nucleus of everything which happens in our country. Number one is obviously army elite, and number two judicial elite, and number three are political elite, and number four are bureaucratic elite. These four elites, perhaps 0.5% of the whole population. I am just talking about the elite, the top people in these four groups. They fight for power, they fight for financial control of the country, and they make the people fool all the time. The same thing happened last night. The whole country was in a suspense, but the reality is so simple that these four elites are basically fighting for power. They want their role in the control of administration, in the control of each and everything which makes money, profit, and their livelihood. Such realities are not told in Urdu because they become extremely danger for the country, they become danger for the person who speaks such realities. But the reality is, ultimate reality is the same. Now come to the great Imran Khan, whom most of the people are uh, saying that he is extremely great person, but in my opinion, he also belonged to the same political elite I'm talking about. Actually, every 5 years, we see a government, we observe a government. What they do the same things that the previous government did. And what the previous government did, they did the same thing that the previous government did. What is happening is actually we are having a person, and after every 5 years we are changing the dress of that person. The person is the same. We are not actually the people who select our own leaders. The leaders are selected by these four elites in a way that cannot be discussed here. That is something hidden, and we know that in the previous elections 2008, 2013, 2018, we see all this happening. Backdoor elements, other table talks, other diplomacies that work behind the scene, and we are unaware of that. So I consider that I was a great proponent of Imran Khan when he came to power in 2018, and people still know that I was just mad for this person. I thought that he would bring great change and Pakistan would turn into a paradise. And just like those speeches he did on the container at T Chowk, Islamabad. But what happened in the end, that we saw no change, no reforms. What happened was the same legacy coming on, the same team coming on, the same people who were ruling earlier. They came forward and they again control the country, and there was no change at all. And what does it mean by change? Change is such a big word. It is full of reforms. It is full of something which is drastically new, which is just like equal to revolution, but nothing happened. So I don't consider that he is a big hero. He used religion, he used his fame, his popularity among the masses, and especially among the youth, to attain power. And when he achieved power, he did not come out of Islamabad even. He just sit back there, took 5 or 6 meetings a day, took a cup of tea, and have chit chat with some diplomats, deliver 2 or 3 speeches a day, and this was his routine. And I know that. I request all of you to be an impersonal analyst, to be an unbiased analyst. You are not supposed to fight for your political affiliation with your friends, with your brothers, with your uh, relatives. Behind the scenes, things are different. In reality, the things are different. So these are the points I just wanted to convey, and I I hopefully I will continue this short discussion to give awareness, because my field is linguistics, and in linguistics we analyze all these things, that how language distort our feelings, how language spoken by these politicians, spoken by these bureaucrats, by the journalists, by these army generals, by these judicial elite, all that mix up, how they make us fool, how they divagate us from our actual issues. So, meet you tomorrow, meet you next time, but consider my point and just analyze it, what I have said. Thank you.